Believe it or not, a tiger's roar can freeze its prey. Tigers don't just roar to be scary, they weaponize sound. Their roars include infrasound frequencies below the range of human hearing, which can travel over 3 kilometers and physically affect the animals that hear them. These vibrations resonate inside the prey's body, inducing a stunned, frozen reaction that some scientists describe as a kind of temporary paralysis. Unlike normal fear, this physiological response slows motor functions and clouds judgment, just long enough for the tiger to close in for the kill. Researchers believe the sound may interfere with brainwave patterns or trigger a panic reflex that immobilizes the animal. Nature has effectively given tigers a long-distance stun gun. It's an evolutionary superpower that dramatically increases their hunting success. Discover the world's largest national park in Greenland, Northeast Greenland. National Park is a remarkable treasure covering a staggering 972,000 square kilometers, which is about 375,000 square miles, making it even larger than some countries. Established in 1974, this park is a haven for astonishing wildlife and breathtaking landscapes filled with icebergs, glaciers, and dramatic mountains. It's located above the Arctic Circle, so you can expect to see unique Arctic wildlife like polar bears, walruses, and reindeer roaming its vast expanse. The park is so remote and untouched that it offers not only stunning natural beauty, but also a chance to witness the raw power of nature in one of its purest forms. Interestingly, much of the park is uninhabited, allowing the flora and fauna to thrive in their natural habitats without human interference. Notably, Northeast Greenland National Park is home to the amazing Peary caribou and the elusive Arctic fox, both of which are perfectly adapted to survive the harsh conditions. Visiting here feels like stepping into a different world where nature reigns supreme, and every glance reveals another stunning vista. Have you ever thought agriculture was a mistake? In his thought-provoking view, anthropologist Jared Diamond suggests that the dawn of farming might have been humanity's biggest blunder. While agriculture allowed for stable food supplies and the growth of civilizations, it also ushered in a range of problems. Diamond argues that as people settled and formed communities, social inequality began to flourish, with a small number of individuals holding power and wealth, leaving others behind. Additionally, the shift from a hunter-gatherer lifestyle to farming caused declines in health. Early agricultural societies often faced malnutrition and diseases linked to living closely with domesticated animals. But it doesn't stop there. Farming also had detrimental effects on our environment, leading to deforestation, soil depletion, and the overuse of land. This viewpoint raises intriguing questions about progress and its costs, sparking debates among researchers and scholars. Was the ability to cultivate crops worth the social and environmental challenges we face today? It's a fascinating discussion that makes us reconsider the very foundations of human society. Curious about life in the Sahara Desert? Believe it or not, this vast landscape, known for its scorching temperatures and endless stretches of sand, is home to over 500 species of plants. You might think such a harsh climate would mean little to no life, but these resilient plants have developed remarkable adaptations to thrive in such tough conditions. Many of these plants, like the date palm and various types of succulents, can store water in their leaves or stems, allowing them to survive during long dry spells. Others have deep root systems that tap into underground moisture, and some even have special waxy coatings to minimize water loss. This unique flora plays a vital role in the ecosystem, providing food and shelter for various animals and even helping to anchor the soil to prevent erosion. So the next time you picture the Sahara as just a barren wasteland, remember that it's teeming with life, illustrating nature's incredible ability to adapt and flourish, even in the most extreme environments. Have you ever wondered how moths sniff love from miles away? Male silkworm moths possess some of the most sensitive noses in the animal kingdom. Their feathery antennae are loaded with millions of scent receptors that can detect just a few molecules of a female's pheromone. From up to 16 kilometers away, these males lock onto the chemical trail and navigate with astonishing precision, even in total darkness. Once in range, they engage in a dance-like flight, guided by increasingly strong scent cues. This extreme sensitivity ensures that even in low-density populations, mating is still possible. Their antennae are so advanced, they've inspired sensor designs in modern robotics and technology. Nature made them into airborne pheromone-seeking missiles, all for the sake of love. Can you believe hermit crabs run housing chains? Hermit crabs don't grow their own shells. They borrow them from dead snails. But as they grow, they need to upgrade. That's when the magic happens. A hermit crab in search of a bigger shell triggers a social chain reaction. Other crabs gather, each waiting for the right size vacancy. When the first crab finds a new shell and moves in, the next smallest one quickly grabs the vacated home, and so on down the line. This synchronized shell swap may involve dozens of participants. It's efficient, peaceful, and incredibly organized. Despite being solitary by nature, hermit crabs exhibit a surprisingly social behavior when it comes to real estate, a lesson in community resource sharing without any fuss. You might be shocked to learn that floods are rising. The frequency of devastating floods along the Mississippi River is on the rise, raising alarms for farmers, businesses, and city planners alike. Each year, heavy rainfall and melting snow push water levels higher, threatening to overflow the banks and inundate surrounding areas. These floods can lead to catastrophic damage, wiping out crops that farmers depend on for their livelihood and disrupting local businesses that rely on a stable environment. Imagine losing your harvest season after season due to flooding. It's a nightmare for many. In addition, cities are facing the daunting task of extensive repairs to roads and infrastructure after each flood, placing a financial burden on taxpayers. Experts warn that if this trend continues, we might see annual floods becoming the new normal, making it critical to find solutions now. How will communities adapt to these challenges? And what measures can be taken to protect lives and livelihoods in the face of this growing threat? Why is the U.S.-Mexico border so heavily guarded? The U.S.-Mexico border is known for its extensive security measures, which stand in stark contrast to the more relaxed U.S.-Canada border. This heightened surveillance primarily stems from serious issues like human trafficking and illegal immigration that occur along the southern border. To tackle these challenges, the U.S. has implemented a range of security initiatives, including fences, surveillance technology, and a significant presence of Border Patrol agents. Many people crossing the border do so for better opportunities, but unfortunately, there are also those who exploit vulnerable individuals, making trafficking a critical concern. In recent years, the U.S. government has intensified efforts to deter illegal crossings and improve border safety, which has led to debates about the balance between security and human rights. While the U.S.-Canada border remains much less fortified, the complexities surrounding the U.S.-Mexico border continue to provoke discussions about immigration policy and national security. What will the future hold for these borders? Actually, sea lions create beachside chaos with their voices. On rocky coastal breeding grounds, sea lions don't just gather, they erupt into a roaring sea of sound. These social mammals produce more than 30 distinct vocalizations, ranging from guttural growls to piercing squeals. Each sound has a specific function: defending territory, attracting mates, or calling for pups. During the mating season, dominant males turn beach zones into fortress bars, where they bellow night and day to ward off rivals. Amid this chaos, pups learn the exact vocal fingerprint of their mothers, allowing reunification in dense colonies. Researchers discovered that sea lion calls evolve into regional dialects, much like human accents. Vocal traditions are passed down through generations. These aren't just noises. They're an intricate language that supports social cohesion, identity, and even cultural inheritance. Is it possible that wolves use howling as a GPS? More than haunting music of the wilderness, a wolf's howl is a survival tool of impressive sophistication. Each individual's voice carries unique frequency markers that other pack members instantly recognize, even from 16 kilometers away. But these calls do more than identify. They transmit complex information: warnings, location data, territorial markers, and rendezvous points. Wolves listen not just for the sound, but for its echoes, which tell them about surrounding terrain, obstacles, and safe paths. It's acoustic navigation, woven with social connection. Young wolves are taught to howl with precision, joining the chorus as apprentices of this sonic map. As wolves roam vast forests and mountains, howling serves as their GPS, walkie-talkie, and family thread all at once. Did you know female Komodo dragons can have babies alone? This fascinating ability is known as parthenogenesis, where a female can reproduce without needing a male. It's like a superpower in the animal kingdom. In the case of the Komodo dragon, when a female uses this method, she always produces male offspring. Imagine that! While this might seem strange, it actually helps the species survive in situations where finding a mate might be tough, such as isolated environments. These tough reptiles are the largest living lizards and can be found only in certain parts of Indonesia. The process of parthenogenesis lets a female dragon ensure that her genes carry on, even if she can't find a partner. However, it's not the most common route for reproduction because having genetic diversity usually leads to healthier populations. Still, it's a remarkable example of how nature adapts and thrives in unique ways. So next time you think about the wonders of wildlife, remember the incredible female Komodo dragon and her ability to create life all on her own. How about this? Wombats dig underground bunkers like architects. Wombats are short, stout marsupials, but underground, they're skilled civil engineers. Using their strong claws and muscular limbs, they carve elaborate tunnel networks stretching up to 30 meters, complete with multiple chambers. These burrows maintain constant humidity and temperature, offering perfect shelter from predators and harsh weather. Mothers dig backward to protect their young from collapsing soil, and some tunnels have branches that confuse intruders. These dens may even be shared or reused across generations. Scientists believe wombats influence local soil ecology and plant growth through their digging habits. Their tunnels serve as pantries, hiding spots, and social meeting places. With no tools, no blueprints, and no formal training, wombats have evolved into builders whose work can outlast human structures. This may surprise you: coral diversity at Ataro Island. Did you know that the waters around Ataro Island in East Timor belong to the Coral Triangle, which is known as the most biodiverse marine area on the planet? Spanning across several countries, including Indonesia and the Philippines, this spectacular region offers a treasure trove of marine life. Back in 2016, scientists were amazed when they discovered 653 different species of coral and marine life in this rich aquatic environment, many of which were thought to be entirely new to science. The variety of shapes, sizes, and colors of these species creates a stunning underwater landscape that attracts divers from all over the world. Not only are these discoveries thrilling for scientists, but they are also crucial for understanding our ocean's health. The Coral Triangle plays a critical role in supporting local fisheries, safeguarding coastal communities, and maintaining the overall biodiversity of our planet. So next time you think of coral reefs, remember that Ataro Island and its vibrant marine ecosystem are at the forefront of biodiversity battles. Guess what really drives massive volcanic eruptions? The eruption 2.1 million years ago at Toba, Indonesia, was a catastrophic event that dwarfed the infamous 1980 eruption of Mount St. Helens. This mind-boggling explosion released over 2,500 times the amount of ash compared to what the St. Helens eruption produced. Just imagine the clouds of ash billowing into the atmosphere, blocking sunlight and affecting climate for years to come. Scientists believe that this super eruption played a critical role in shaping our planet's environment. The ash blanket spread over vast areas, impacting not just local ecosystems, but also global weather patterns. This massive outpouring of volcanic material likely triggered dramatic shifts in climate, contributing to a period of significant cooling. The Toba eruption is particularly fascinating not just because of its size, but also for the clues it offers about past volcanic activity and its effects on Earth's history. Could such a powerful eruption happen again? Why is J missing from the periodic table? It's a curious fact that the letter J holds the dubious honor of being the only letter not represented on the periodic table. The periodic table is like a grand organizer of all known chemical elements, helping scientists and students easily navigate the building blocks of everything around us. Each element has its own unique symbol, usually derived from its name, and letters from the alphabet are used to represent these symbols. However, when it comes to the design of the table, the letter J simply didn't make the cut. This is partly due to the element's origins and naming conventions, as many were named long ago in Latin or Greek, languages where the letter J did not exist in the same form we use today. Instead, we see letters like H for hydrogen, C for carbon, and many others well represented. Interestingly, the absence of J on the table doesn't imply that there aren't elements that could theoretically have started with it. It just reflects the history of how these elements were discovered and classified. So next time you glance at the periodic table, consider the fascinating quirks behind its arrangement and the stories it tells about science's past. Here's something incredible about newborn deer. When fawns make their entrance into the world, they come with a remarkable adaptation. They lack any scent. This unique feature is a clever survival tactic that helps keep them hidden from predators such as wolves and bears. Imagine being a tiny, helpless fawn lying still in the grass, blending in perfectly with your surroundings while nature plays its game of hide and seek. Most animals rely on their sense of smell to find their food, and without a scent, fawns are like invisible little ninjas in the wild. Their mothers know the importance of this survival strategy, often leaving their young in a safe spot while they venture off to graze. This way, the fawn stays hidden and safe from danger. But it doesn't stop there. As they grow, fawns begin to develop their own scent, which helps them bond with their mothers and eventually learn the ways of the forest. So next time you see a young deer, remember their survival is a combination of cleverness and the wonders of nature. Why do cat whiskers really resemble antennas? Whiskers, technically called vibrissae, are far more than decorative features on a cat's face. These thick, stiff hairs are deeply embedded in nerve-rich follicles, making them ultra-sensitive to touch, airflow, and vibration. Found not only on the muzzle but also above the eyes, on the jaw, and even on the paws, whiskers help cats navigate tight spaces, hunt in darkness, and judge distances before leaping. They detect air currents around objects, giving cats a kind of sixth sense that lets them see with touch. When stalking prey, whiskers track the slightest movements, helping cats pinpoint the exact location of a target. During a jump, they act like gyroscopic sensors, helping with last-second mid-air corrections. In essence, whiskers are natural motion detectors and navigation tools. Biological radar systems that turn every cat into a precision-controlled predator. Ever wondered why Thailand has such wild weather shifts? The truth is, Thailand boasts a tropical climate that serves up warm days nearly all year long, making it a favorite destination for sun-seekers. However, not all parts of Thailand share the same hot vibes. In the northern region, especially in places like Chiang Mai, the winter months can be surprisingly cool, with temperatures dipping low enough to leave a dusting of frost. Folks there might even need a jacket when the sun goes down. Meanwhile, central and southern Thailand bask in the heat, often hitting a sizzling 35 degrees Celsius. These warmer areas, like Bangkok and the islands, are perfect for beach lovers looking to soak up those sunbeams. The country's varied elevations and geography create these fascinating weather contrasts, which adds to Thailand's charm. So whether you're climbing mountains or lounging on tropical beaches, the diverse climate means there's a perfect spot for everyone, every season. What sparked the discovery of X-rays? In 1895, a curious physicist named Wilhelm Röntgen stumbled upon one of the most revolutionary breakthroughs in medical science, X-rays. While conducting experiments with cathode rays in his lab, he noticed something unusual. A piece of cardboard painted with a fluorescent material began to glow, even though it was shielded by a thick block of wood. Intrigued, Röntgen realized that the cathode rays were somehow producing a new kind of ray that could pass through solid objects. He called this mysterious radiation X-rays, with X indicating its unknown nature. Röntgen didn't stop there. He soon demonstrated how these rays could create images of bones. Imagine being able to see inside the human body without any surgery. His discoveries not only paved the way for advanced medical imaging, but also sparked a new era in science and healthcare. People were amazed by the potential of X-rays to reveal hidden injuries or conditions, and Röntgen's work quickly gained worldwide acclaim, earning him the first Nobel Prize in Physics in 1901. Today, X-rays are a staple in hospitals and clinics, helping doctors diagnose and treat countless diseases. Imagine for a moment that chimpanzees communicate almost like us. Chimpanzees use a rich combination of vocal sounds, gestures, facial expressions, and body language to interact. Their vocalizations include over 30 distinct calls, from food alerts to alarm cries, and even soft coos for reassurance. Each group of chimps has its own dialect, specific patterns of sounds and gestures passed culturally from adult to young. Chimpanzees also gesture with intention. A hand wave, foot stamp, or chest beat can convey urgency, dominance, or invitation. In labs, some chimps have even learned to understand hundreds of human words and symbols, showing the capacity for abstract communication. These apes don't just mimic, they adapt, teach, and express emotions, ideas, and even plans. The similarities between chimp and human communication offer insights into the roots of language and the evolution of intelligence. Imagine a fish thought extinct for millions of years. It sounds like something out of a science fiction novel, but it's true. The coelacanth, a fascinating fish that dates back over 400 million years, was believed to have vanished during the mass extinction that wiped out the dinosaurs, about 66 million years ago. This ancient fish was only known from fossils until a group of fishermen off the coast of South Africa reeled in a live one in 1938. The discovery was nothing short of a miracle in the world of paleontology and sparked a wave of excitement among scientists. Coelacanths have unique features like their lobed pectoral fins, which resemble limbs and suggest they were part of the evolutionary path from sea to land. These living fossils offer a peek into the distant past, helping scientists understand evolutionary history and the environmental conditions of ancient oceans. To this day, coelacanths are primarily found in deep-sea habitats, making them elusive and mysterious creatures. Every encounter with them reminds us of the incredible surprises nature still holds. Hard to believe, but there could be countless universes. The concept of the multiverse is one of the most fascinating and thought-provoking ideas in modern physics. Picture this. Our universe is just one part of a much bigger cosmic tapestry where countless other universes exist alongside ours, each with its own unique set of rules and constants. This idea stems from quantum mechanics and string theory, suggesting that there might be infinite parallel universes. In these worlds, the laws of physics could differ dramatically, and who knows, there may even be different forms of life. One popular interpretation of quantum mechanics, called the many worlds interpretation, posits that during any quantum event, like a coin flip or a particle's position, the universe splits into different branches, creating a new universe for every possible outcome. So every choice or random event might lead to the birth of a new universe. Although we haven't found direct evidence to prove these parallel worlds exist, the multiverse theory continues to capture the imagination of scientists, philosophers, and even science fiction fans. The mere idea opens up endless possibilities about our existence and the nature of reality itself. What happens when a lake suddenly explodes? Limnic eruptions are one of nature's most startling phenomena, and they can turn a serene lake into a deadly explosion of gas. This rare event arises when carbon dioxide builds up in the deep waters of a lake, becoming trapped under pressure. When the pressure becomes too much to handle, it can lead to an explosive release of gas, pushing water and anything on the surface into the air. A devastating example occurred in 1986 at Lake Nyos in Cameroon, where a sudden limnic eruption released a massive cloud of carbon dioxide that swept through nearby villages, tragically claiming nearly 1,800 lives. This disaster shocked the world and highlighted the dangers these lakes can pose. Scientists have since been working hard to find ways to prevent such tragedies from happening in the future. One key method they use is known as degassing, which involves safely releasing the trapped gas to drastically lower the pressure. By understanding these lakes better and taking preventive measures, we can help safeguard communities living near them from potentially catastrophic events. This might surprise you, the Slinky's amazing origins. During World War II, an unexpected twist of fate led to one of the most beloved toys of all time, the Slinky. Navy engineer Richard James was working on a project involving springs when he accidentally dropped one of his creations. To his amazement, instead of rolling away, it righted itself and landed upright. That little mishap sparked a moment of inspiration. James realized that with a little tweaking, his lively metal spring could be turned into a playful toy. In 1945, he and his wife, Betty, introduced the Slinky to the world. The simple yet captivating design, with its ability to walk downstairs in a delightful motion, quickly caught on. Kids and adults alike were fascinated. Not only did it become a staple in American households, but the Slinky also appeared in countless commercials and films, solidifying its place in popular culture. Today, this twisty wonder continues to charm generations, reminding us how wonderful ideas can spring from unexpected moments. Who knew that a dropped spring could lead to so much joy? This might surprise you. Boston Marathon's rich history. The Boston Marathon, held every year since 1897, is not just any race. It's a celebration of endurance and sportsmanship that has captivated runners and spectators alike for over a century. As one of the oldest and most prestigious marathons in the world, it has grown from a modest start, with just 15 runners in its first edition, to a spectacular event that now welcomes thousands of participants from around the globe. The marathon runs through the scenic streets of Boston, challenging runners with its infamous Heartbreak Hill and showcasing the city's vibrant spirit as thousands cheer them on. Notably, the event has also been a platform for social change. Women were officially allowed to enter the race in 1972, and it has since become a symbol of resilience, especially after the tragic events of 2013 when the city came together, showcasing the power of community. Each April, locals and tourists alike come together to witness this incredible display of human spirit, making it a truly unifying experience for all. Discover how magnetic rings revolutionized early computer memory. In the early days of computing, memory technology took a fascinating turn with the use of tiny magnetic rings. Each ring was a remarkable component that stored data by allowing electrical signals to loop through them. When it came time to erase this data, engineers simply reversed the current, making the rings reusable. This innovative approach was a major leap forward, providing computers with a reliable way to hold and manipulate information. Imagine a collection of these rings strung together on wires, working tirelessly to perform calculations, while being as precious as gold. Over time, however, this technology was eclipsed by the invention of microchips, which packed even more power into an even smaller space. Yet, the magnetic ring memory remains a crucial chapter in the evolution of computing, showcasing how engineers shape the world we live in today. Doesn't it blow your mind that something so small played such a huge role in the technology we now take for granted? You won't believe this about nail growth. It turns out that our fingernails grow nearly 4 times faster than our toenails. On average, fingernails stretch about 3 millimeters in a month, while toenails only manage to creep along at about 1 millimeter in the same time frame. Isn't that wild? The reason behind this speedy growth lies in how we use our hands and feet. Our fingers are constantly in action, whether we're typing, cooking, or playing sports, which encourages blood flow and stimulates nail growth. On the other hand, our toenails don't get as much attention and are often tucked away in shoes, making them slower to grow. Additionally, fingernails are more exposed to sunlight and nutrients in the air, both of which can bolster their growth. This difference also reflects evolutionary adaptations. Our hands are vital for survival and interaction, while toes mainly support our standing and walking. So next time you notice your fingernails impressively outpacing your toenails, you'll know why. Who knew something as simple as nails could tell us so much about our bodies? Is this fiery pit really the gate of hell? It sounds like something out of a fantasy novel, but Turkmenistan's gate of hell is very much a real place. This eerie crater has been burning since 1971, and its origins are just as dramatic as its name suggests. It all started with a drilling accident when Soviet geologists were exploring for natural gas. They inadvertently created a massive hole in the ground, which quickly filled with gas. To prevent the spread of methane gas and avoid a potential disaster, the geologists decided to set it on fire, thinking it would burn out in a few weeks. Well, that plan didn't quite go as expected. Instead of extinguishing, the flame has continued to blaze, lighting up the desert night for over 50 years. This fiery spectacle has become a unique tourist spot where daring visitors gather to witness the glow of this endless flame, taking in the surreal sight and snapping unforgettable photos. So, whether you're a thrill seeker or just curious about natural wonders, the Gate of Hell showcases nature's power in a truly astonishing way. Guess what Smith chose over a legendary role? Will Smith, a superstar known for his charm and charisma, faced a big decision in the late 90s. He had the chance to become Neo, the iconic hero in the groundbreaking film The Matrix. This movie went on to become a huge hit and is praised for its stunning visuals and mind-bending story. So why did Smith turn down such a remarkable opportunity? He opted instead for a leading role in Wild Wild West. While some may view this as a missed chance to be part of cinematic history, Smith feels confident in his choice. He believes that he wouldn't have been the right fit for Neo. The role required a particular depth and style that he thinks might not have aligned with his own acting vibe at the time. Instead of dwelling on what could have been, Smith embraced the quirky Western action film, bringing his unique flair to the role of Jim West. His decision reminds us that sometimes creating our own path is more important than following the crowd, even when that crowd is part of a revolutionary movie. Curious about long necks? Meet the Padang women. The Karen Padang tribe, also known as the Kayan Lahwi, has a fascinating cultural tradition that captures the imagination. From a young age, girls begin wearing brass rings around their necks, with the practice starting as early as 5 years old. These rings are not mere accessories. They are a symbol of beauty and cultural identity. As more rings are added over the years, the weight of the brass gradually pushes down on the collarbone, creating the illusion of an elongated neck. Many believe this practice dates back centuries and serves as a rite of passage for women in the tribe, marking their maturation into adulthood. While some view it as an extreme form of body modification, for the Padang women, it is a cherished part of their heritage and societal role. However, this tradition has sparked discussions about beauty standards and cultural preservation in modern times, as outsiders may view it differently. Despite the controversies, the Padang women proudly wear their brass rings, showcasing a deep connection to their culture and history. How much can you really eat at a buffet? Heading to an all-you-can-eat buffet can feel like walking into a paradise of endless food, but it's worth thinking twice about whether it's really a good deal. Many people are lured by the idea of getting their money's worth, but unless you're a food champion who can pack in a lot of grub, you might find that it's not worth it. The truth is, these buffets often don't provide great value for those who can't eat large portions. Most of us can only consume a certain amount before we feel full, which means you end up paying a flat rate for food you might not fully enjoy. Plus, there's the temptation to overeat, which can make you feel sluggish and uncomfortable afterward. Buffets also entice you with an overwhelming variety of options that can lead to food wastage and guilt. So next time you find yourself eyeing those mountains of mashed potatoes and towers of sushi, remember to consider if it's really worth it for your stomach and your wallet. Ever thought an airport could be so famous? In the beautiful island of Madeira, Portugal, there's an airport that stands out not just for its stunning views, but also for its unique name, Cristiano Ronaldo International Airport. This isn't just any airport. It was named after one of the most celebrated football players in the world, Cristiano Ronaldo, who was born on this island. Opened in 1964, the airport underwent a major expansion in recent years to accommodate more visitors drawn to Madeira's picturesque landscapes and rich culture. The naming in 2016 was a significant moment for both the airport and the island, celebrating Ronaldo's global fame and his connection to his homeland. Travelers arriving here can enjoy not just the thrill of travel, but also a taste of Madeira's vibrant atmosphere, with touch points celebrating local cuisine, art, and, of course, the legendary football star. So next time you hear about this airport, remember it's more than just a travel hub. It's a symbol of pride for the people of Madeira. Chess is Armenia's secret weapon for success? In the heart of Armenia, chess isn't just a game, it's a way of life. Since 2011, this ancient sport has been made mandatory in schools for children starting from the age of 6. Imagine little ones battling it out on the chessboard, not just for fun, but as part of their normal curriculum. This initiative aims to sharpen their minds, improve critical thinking, and cultivate a spirit of competition among young students. It's a clever strategy. The Armenian government believes that teaching chess can develop strategic skills that will serve kids well beyond the classroom, shaping future leaders and thinkers. Interestingly, Armenia has a rich history in chess, producing world-class players like Tigran Petrosian and Levan Aronian, which makes this emphasis on the game feel even more fitting. So next time you see a child deep in thought over a chessboard, you might just be witnessing a future champion being forged in Armenia, a tiny nation with a giant passion for chess. Here's a wild fact about the Le Mans race. The 24 Hours of Le Mans is an incredible endurance race that stands out as the most prestigious of its kind in the world. Taking place annually in France, this grueling automotive contest challenges teams to race for a full 24 hours straight. Imagine racing all day and night with skills and precision at the forefront of every driver's mind. The event first kicked off in 1923 and has since become a legendary spectacle, drawing major manufacturers and racing teams from all over the globe. The course itself is a mix of public roads and a closed track, demanding everything from speed to strategy from drivers. With competitors often switching out mid-race, teamwork is essential. Their vehicles aren't just about raw power, they require brilliant engineering to last through the grueling hours while battling against the elements and each other. From heart-stopping turns to strategic pit stops, every moment is filled with excitement and risks. This race is truly a test of endurance for both the machines and the skill of the human drivers behind the wheel. Get ready to discover Saudi Arabia's secret rivers. Though Saudi Arabia is famously known for its vast deserts and arid landscapes, it surprisingly lacks permanent rivers. Instead, this unique region showcases a fascinating feature called wadis. These are dry riverbeds that come to life when the skies open up, filling with water during rare but intense rainstorms. Imagine a parched canyon suddenly transforming into a rushing stream. These seasonal waterways are vital to the local ecosystem, providing essential moisture to plants and animals alike when they flood. Wadis can vary in size from small channels to large, expansive valleys that can carry tremendous amounts of water. Interestingly, the term wadi itself is derived from Arabic, meaning valley or riverbed. While most of the time you might find them dry, the magic of these temporary rivers is a testament to the power of nature in a region that seems unyielding. They often become gathering spots for wildlife, and in some areas, you might even find farmers utilizing these seasonal floods to irrigate their crops, showcasing how life can adapt in surprising ways in this beautiful desert country. Ever heard of the man who changed music forever? Bob Marley is a name that rings a bell for music lovers and casual listeners alike. Hailing from Jamaica, Marley took reggae from local clubs and beaches into homes across the globe. His catchy rhythms, meaningful lyrics, and distinctive voice brought people's attention to a form of music that celebrated life, love, and the struggles of the oppressed. But Marley was more than just an incredible musician. He was also a powerful voice for social change. As a dedicated proponent of the Rastafarian movement, he passionately advocated for peace, unity, and social justice, using his platform to speak out against inequality. Songs like One Love and Get Up, Stand Up have not only become anthems of hope, but have also inspired countless people to fight for their rights. Through his music, Marley communicated messages that transcended borders and touched hearts all over the world. Even decades after his passing in 1981, his legacy lives on, reminding us of the power of music to inspire change and bring people together. Can you fathom the sun's incredible energy output? In just one single second, Our mighty sun releases more energy than all of humanity has consumed throughout its entire history. That's right. While we hustle to turn on our lights, heat our homes, and power our devices, the sun goes on with its blazing activity, generating a staggering amount of energy through nuclear fusion. Deep within its core, hydrogen atoms collide and fuse to create helium, releasing immense amounts of energy in the process. This energy travels in the form of heat and light, radiating out into space. To put this into perspective, in roughly 1 hour, the sun produces enough energy to power the entire world for an entire year. Imagine harnessing just a fraction of that energy. Researchers are working on solar technologies to capture and convert this powerful force into electricity that can help meet our energy needs while reducing reliance on fossil fuels. So next time you bask in the sunlight, remember, our star is a colossal energy machine, setting the stage for life on Earth and beyond. Ever wondered about the thrill of cliff diving? Gordons Bay in Cape Town, South Africa, is not just a picturesque coastal spot, it's a haven for adventure lovers. Nestled among stunning cliffs, this calm bay offers an idyllic scene, but it's the cliffs themselves that really get the adrenaline pumping. Thrill seekers flock to these rocky outcrops, using them as natural diving platforms to leap into the inviting waters below. Each jump is not just a plunge, but a rush of excitement as divers soar through the air before hitting the waves. The higher the leap, the more heart-pounding the experience, attracting both locals and tourists looking to add a bit of adventure to their beach day. Safety is key, though. Divers always check the water depth and conditions before making the leap. Whether you're an experienced diver or just an onlooker, the sight of these daring jumps is sure to raise your heart rate. So next time you're in Cape Town, keep an eye on the cliffs of Gordons Bay. You might just be inspired to take the plunge yourself. Ever heard of a book predicting the Titanic disaster? Yeah, it's quite a tale. Before the infamous Titanic sank on its maiden voyage in 1912, a novel called Futility, or The Wreck of the Titan, was published by Morgan Robertson in 1898. This book features a massive ship named Titan, which is touted as unsinkable and meets a tragic fate when it collides with an iceberg, much like the Titanic. The eerie parallels don't stop there. Robertson's Titan was also lacking enough lifeboats for all its passengers, and both ships were caught in the icy waters of the North Atlantic. While few people took Robertson's fictional tale seriously at the time, the sinking of the Titanic hit like a thunderbolt, forcing the world to confront the idea that even the mightiest can fall. The similarities sparked conversations about fate and foreboding long before the Titanic tragedy unfolded. It's a remarkable reminder of how art can sometimes echo life in ways we can never fully comprehend. Could it really be that beavers build dams to success? Beavers are more than rodents. They're hydrological engineers. Using nothing but teeth, paws, mud, and instinct, they construct dams that alter entire ecosystems. These structures slow rivers, creating still water ponds where beavers build their lodges with underwater entrances, safe from predators. Their work forms wetlands that host frogs, fish, birds, and plants, boosting biodiversity and water purity. By trapping sediment and moderating flow, beaver dams reduce erosion and prevent downstream floods. Even during droughts, the ponds they create act as water reservoirs. Scientists now replicate beaver dam models in ecological restoration to stabilize water systems and reverse desertification. In this way, beavers are not only survivors, they're natural architects who leave behind flourishing communities of life, all built from sticks and mud. Think you know Viking helmets? Think again. The iconic image of a fierce Viking with a horned helmet might be one of the biggest myths in history. In reality, these Norse warriors wore helmets that were much simpler and more practical. Typically made from metal or leather, Viking helmets were designed with a rounded or conical shape to protect their heads during battle. The misconception likely arose from 19th century romanticized art, where artists imagined these legendary figures wearing elaborate horned adornments for a dramatic flair. In truth, the helmets were often quite basic, lacking any horns at all. This design made it easier for them to maneuver and fight in tight formations. The actual Viking gear emphasized functionality over flamboyance, reflecting their serious approach to warfare. So next time you picture a Viking charging into battle, remember that their helmet was more about practicality than a theatrical costume. History is full of surprises, and this is just one example of how myth and reality can blend together in fascinating ways. What if Darth Vader's voice could live forever? In a surprising twist, the legendary James Earl Jones, the voice behind one of cinema's most iconic villains, has officially retired from voicing Darth Vader since 2022. His deep, resonant tones shape the character we all know and love in legendary films like the original Star Wars trilogy. However, fans need not worry about losing the Dark Lord's menacing presence. Lucasfilm has decided to use archival recordings of Jones's voice combined with cutting-edge AI technology to keep Darth Vader alive in upcoming projects. This innovative approach means that even with Jones stepping back, audiences can still enjoy the commanding voice that has become synonymous with power and fear in the Star Wars universe. It raises fascinating questions about the future of voice acting and the role of technology in storytelling. With AI blending seamlessly with the old recordings, it's an exciting time to be a Star Wars fan, as Vader's legacy continues in new and unexpected ways, allowing his chilling presence to echo through the galaxy for years to come. Curious about Mongolia's unique way to honor mothers? In Mongolia, giving birth to multiple children comes with a special recognition that celebrates the hard work and dedication of mothers. The country's awards program includes 2 tiers of the Mother's Glory Medal. Mothers who have 4 or 5 children are awarded the second-class medal, while those who proudly welcome 6 or more kids receive the prestigious first-class medal, coupled with a cash bonus from the government. This practice highlights the importance the Mongolian society places on family and motherhood. It's not just about the medals, but also reinforces a cultural respect for women who contribute significantly to the community by raising larger families. The honors aim to encourage childbearing in a nation facing slow population growth and help mothers feel valued for their sacrifices. This tradition fits harmoniously with Mongolia's rich nomadic heritage, where family and community bonds are vital. So next time you think about parenting rewards, remember that in Mongolia, it's celebrated with medals and heartfelt appreciation. Here's a wild fact about avocados and water. Did you know that growing just one avocado takes around 74 gallons of water? That's about 280 liters. This impressive amount of water showcases how thirsty these delicious fruits can be. Avocados are not only creamy and tasty, but also come with a hefty demand for resources. They thrive in warm, sunny climates, primarily grown in regions like Mexico and California, where irrigation is often used to meet their water needs. For perspective, think about how much water you might use in a day, drinking, cooking, and bathing. Now imagine using that much more just for one avocado. This high water consumption raises important questions about sustainability, especially as avocado popularity has skyrocketed in recent years. While many people adore adding avocados to their toast or smoothies, it's essential to consider the environmental footprint of our food choices. So next time you enjoy this green gem, remember the thirsty journey it took to reach your plate. You won't believe how much gym memberships can cost. In Saudi Arabia, if you're eager to hit the gym and stay fit, you might be in for a surprise when you check the prices. Membership fees typically range from around $53 to $107 each month, depending on the facilities and services offered. But that's not where the expenses end. Many gyms charge extra for additional recreational activities, such as group classes, personal training sessions, or access to pools and spas, which can quickly bump up your monthly costs by several $100s. It's like a fitness buffet, but your wallet might feel a little lighter. For many, this investment in health and well-being is absolutely worth it. After all, being active is an essential part of a balanced lifestyle. Plus, many gyms provide a glowing social atmosphere with classes that can help you meet new friends or motivate you to push your limits. So while the prices might seem steep, the benefits to your physical and mental health can truly outweigh the costs. Who would have thought that the Wolverine is a force of nature in miniature? Weighing only 10 to 25 kilograms, the Wolverine might seem unimposing, but it has the heart and the bite of a giant. Its jaws are strong enough to crush frozen bones, and its body is designed for relentless endurance across vast snowy wilderness. Dense fur and subcutaneous fat protect it from cold, while sharp claws and muscular limbs let it scale cliffs and dig into carcasses. Wolverines can smell carrion under meters of snow and travel 40 kilometers in a day to reach it. They're known to fight off wolves and bears for food, despite being a fraction of their size. Their aggression, stamina, and solitary boldness have earned them a legendary reputation in indigenous folklore and wildlife biology alike. In essence, the wolverine is not just fierce, it's nature's embodiment of determination, grit, and raw survival power. Discover the secrets of Borneo's three nations. This stunning island, the third largest in the world, is a vibrant tapestry woven with the threads of Malaysia, Indonesia, and Brunei. The Indonesian section, known as Kalimantan, is the most expansive, covering an impressive 80% of Borneo's land. Each of the island boasts unique cultures, languages, and traditions, making Borneo a melting pot of diversity. Imagine exploring lush rainforests filled with exotic wildlife and indigenous tribes that have lived in harmony with nature for centuries. In Malaysia, you can visit bustling cities and expansive tea plantations, while Brunei, a tiny but wealthy sultanate, shines with its opulent mosques and lush parks. The island faces challenges like deforestation and habitat loss, but it's also a hotspot for ecotourism, drawing visitors eager to experience its breathtaking beauty and rich biodiversity. Whether you're kayaking through tranquil rivers, hiking up mountains, or just soaking in the culture, Borneo promises an adventure like no other, showcasing the beauty of nature and humanity intertwined. Could sloths really swim like fish? While sloths are known for their slow, tree-bound lives, their aquatic skills might surprise you. Despite their sluggish movement on land, sloths become graceful and capable swimmers in water. Using long arms and powerful forelimbs, they perform an effortless breaststroke, reaching speeds of up to 3 meters per minute. Their buoyant bodies, helped by slow metabolism and a layer of fat, allow them to float and move across rivers and flooded rainforest floors with minimal effort. They can even hold their breath underwater for 40 seconds, diving to avoid predators or cross swamps. Young sloths learn to swim just weeks after birth, showing how vital this skill is to survival. For these treetop residents, swimming isn't just an escape route. It's an essential part of navigating the lush, water-laced jungles of Central and South America. Let's uncover the art of 13th century explorers. Back in the 1200s, European artists didn't have the luxury of high-definition cameras or the internet to rely on for inspiration. Instead, they painted these magnificent African animals, like crocodiles, lions, and elephants, from the vivid stories told by explorers who had ventured into far-off lands. Imagine a time when tales of adventure were the bread and butter of imagination. These explorers would return with exciting accounts of their journeys through Africa, stirring the curiosity of artists and the general public alike. With nothing more than these embellished descriptions and their own interpretations, painters created stunning artwork that captured the essence of these exotic creatures. However, the animals often looked a bit different from reality, reflecting the blend of truth and creativity in their depictions. The resulting paintings provided a glimpse into a world that many in Europe could only dream of, showcasing not just the diversity of wildlife, but also the rich imagination of humanity during that era. This unique connection between adventure and art tells us a lot about our enduring fascination with the natural world. Ever heard of a primate that hunts with its finger? In the moonlit forests of Madagascar, there lives a creature so strange that early explorers believed it was cursed. The ai, a rare nocturnal primate, looks like something out of folklore, with bulging eyes, bat-like ears, and shaggy fur. But its most bizarre feature is a long skeletal middle finger. This eerie digit isn't just odd, it's essential. The ai taps rhythmically on tree trunks, using its finger like a drumstick to detect hidden insect tunnels by sound. When it hears the hollow echo of larvae inside, it gnaws through the bark with sharp, rodent-like teeth and inserts the same finger to fish out its prey. Equipped with sensory receptors and uncanny flexibility, this tool acts like a combination of sonar and tweezers, perfectly evolved for foraging in the dark. Once hunted as a bad omen, the eye is now protected and admired as a triumph of evolutionary innovation. Proof that nature's strangest solutions can be the most effective. What if I told you about 20 million bats? In the heart of Texas lies Bracken Cave, home to the biggest bat colony on the planet. Imagine standing at the entrance as the sun sets, when suddenly the sky darkens with millions of bats pouring out in a graceful spiraling cloud. These amazing winged creatures aren't just there for a good time. They're essential to our ecosystem. With around 20 million bats fluttering around, they're nature's ultimate pest control. As they swoop into the night, they gobble up tons of insects, including pesky mosquitoes that love to bite us. This nightly migration shows how synchronized and efficient these creatures are. Their ecological role is so crucial that scientists estimate that a single bat can eat thousands of insects in just one night. So the next time you swat away a mosquito, remember that you have bats to thank for keeping those little nuisances at bay. The spectacle at Bracken Cave isn't just a sight to behold. It's a breathtaking reminder of the vital role bats play in maintaining the delicate balance of our environment. Can you believe North Korea runs on cash? In this isolated nation, credit cards and online transactions are complete no-shows, making cash the king of the economy. Most North Koreans rely on physical money for their day-to-day purchases, creating a unique financial landscape. The national currency, known as the North Korean won, unfortunately has no traction on the global market, which leads many people to favor more stable currencies like the US dollar or Chinese yuan. Imagine navigating your life without the convenience of electronic payments. That's a typical day for many in North Korea. The absence of a digital banking system reflects not only the country's restrictions, but also its approach to external influences, keeping their economic practices tightly under wraps. For those who are a part of the daily grind in North Korea, this cash-only system is simply how things work. While this might sound daunting to us, it's just the norm over there. Like shopping in a foreign land where bank transactions come straight out of your pocket. Curious about kangaroos? Let's explore their fascinating social life. Did you know that a group of kangaroos is called a mob? This fun term perfectly captures the social nature of these unique animals. Kangaroos are not lone creatures. They thrive in communities where they can communicate and work together. A mob typically consists of several female kangaroos and their young, along with a few dominant males. Living in a mob helps them stay safe. By moving as a group, they can spot predators more easily and react quickly. It's like a team sport in the wild. When they feed or move around, you can see them coordinate their hops gracefully, maintaining a bond that helps them survive the tough Australian outback. Plus, social interactions within the mob are vital. They groom each other and engage in playful sparring, which helps strengthen their relationships. So next time you see kangaroos hopping about in the wild, remember, they're not just bouncing around. They're part of a lively family, sharing experiences and maintaining their bonds in this fascinating social structure. Believe it or not, Finland has over 188,000 lakes. This fascinating country, often dubbed the land of 1,000 lakes, is actually home to many more than that, making it the lake champion of Europe. Covering about 10% of Finland's entire area, these lakes create a stunning landscape, dotted throughout the forests and towns, offering breathtaking views and tranquil spots for relaxation. Not only do they enhance the natural beauty of the land, but they also play a crucial role in supporting an incredibly diverse ecosystem, home to various fish, birds, and plant life. People flock to these sparkling waters for all kinds of fun activities, from fishing and swimming to kayaking and boating, especially during the sunny summer months. In winter, many lakes freeze over, inviting ice fishing and skating enthusiasts to enjoy the chill. With such an abundance of lakes, it's no wonder that Finland is considered a paradise for nature lovers and outdoor adventurers alike. So whether you're a serene fisherman or a thrill-seeking kayaker, Finland's lakes offer something for everyone. You might be surprised by Scotland's national animal. It's the unicorn, a mythical creature that captures the imagination and embodies the spirit of the country. While most might expect a more conventional choice like the lion or the eagle, the unicorn represents purity, innocence, and power, making it a fitting symbol for Scotland's unique national identity. The connection to the unicorn dates back to the 15th century when it first appeared on the royal coat of arms. Interestingly, the unicorn is often depicted in Scottish lore as a fierce and untamed creature, a symbol of strength against oppression. Over the years, it has woven its way into Scotland's cultural tapestry, appearing in everything from art and literature to modern-day festivals celebrating Scottish heritage. The unicorn also plays a role in Celtic mythology, further enriching its significance as a symbol of magic and wonder. So next time you think of Scotland, remember it's not just bagpipes and kilts. There's a legendary creature standing proud as the national emblem. Imagine giant mantas dancing underwater like colossal ballerinas, gliding silently through open oceans with wingspans up to 7 meters. Manta rays move with a grace that belies their size. Using large pectoral fins shaped like wings, they perform slow, elegant somersaults while filtering plankton through cephalic fins that unfurl like soft horns. Highly intelligent, mantas have large brains, exhibit curiosity, and frequently approach divers, sometimes even allowing gentle contact. They often gather at cleaning stations, hovering still while smaller fish nibble parasites from their skin. Manta migrations span thousands of kilometers, making them some of the ocean's most well-traveled giants. They navigate with apparent ease, their ballet-like spins and glides creating an underwater spectacle few have witnessed. Conservationists now fight to protect mantas from fishing and pollution, preserving not just a species, but an experience of oceanic elegance. Meet the fossa, Madagascar's fierce feline wonder. This amazing creature is not just another cute animal, it's the largest carnivore on the island of Madagascar, and it has some seriously impressive skills. Imagine a blend of a cat and a mongoose, and you've got a fossa. With its sleek body and long legs, it can move gracefully through the trees, making it a master climber. This agile predator can leap from branch to branch, all while keeping an eye out for its next meal. But here's the kicker. The fossa can take down prey that's bigger than itself. Its diet primarily consists of lemurs, which it hunts using stealth and speed. The fossa's powerful jaws and sharp teeth make it a fierce hunter, capable of catching fast-moving animals. Sadly, like many of Madagascar's unique species, the fossa faces threats from habitat loss and hunting. Conservation efforts are crucial to help protect this remarkable creature and its home. So next time you think of Madagascar, remember the fossa and its incredible role in the island's ecosystem. Did you know that bartering was our first economy? Before money became the cornerstone of trade, people relied on bartering, a system where goods and services were exchanged directly. Imagine a farmer who had a surplus of apples and needed wheat. To make a fair trade, they would have to find someone who not only had wheat, but also wanted apples. This situation showcases a limitation called the coincidence of wants, meaning both parties needed to want what the other had to offer. Bartering built strong local economies by encouraging communities to interact and collaborate, as people negotiated deals that benefited everyone involved. However, the system had its drawbacks. Sometimes it was tough to find the right person for a trade, leading to delays and inefficiencies. This prompted societies to seek a simpler solution, which ultimately led to the creation of money. Money helps streamline trade and expand economies, paving the way for modern commerce. But isn't it fascinating to think about how people had to be so creative and resourceful in their exchanges back then? Here's a wild fact about migrant origins. Most migrants at the US-Mexico border come from 3 Central American countries: Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador. These nations face serious economic challenges, such as high unemployment rates and poverty, which drive many people to seek better opportunities across the border. In Guatemala, for instance, nearly half of the population lives in poverty, while in Honduras and El Salvador, Violent crime and gang activity make daily life incredibly difficult. Families often make the tough decision to leave their homes in hopes of a safer, more stable future for their children. Additionally, factors like climate change have exacerbated agricultural challenges, leading to food insecurity and forcing even more people to migrate. Many of these hopeful migrants embark on dangerous journeys, risking their lives for the chance of a better life. As the migration crisis continues to unfold, understanding these root causes is essential for grasping the complexities of the situation. Are we ready to listen and respond? Why exactly does Texas have the longest border with Mexico? The Lone Star State stretches an impressive 1,154 miles along the U.S.-Mexico border, making it a prominent player in the geographical and cultural dynamics of the region. This lengthy border accounts for nearly two-thirds of the entire U.S.-Mexico border, highlighting Texas's significance in international trade and migration. The diverse landscape along this border includes bustling cities like El Paso and Laredo, desert terrain, and the scenic Rio Grande River. These geographical features not only create stunning views but also serve as vital transportation routes for goods and people. Historically, this border has seen rich exchanges of culture, language, and cuisine, blending Mexican and American influences in unique ways. It's a space buzzing with energy where border life thrives through markets, festivals, and a mix of traditions. The long Texas-Mexico border is not just a line on a map. It's a vibrant tapestry of shared histories, economies, and futures. So what makes this border such an important aspect of life in Texas? Can you believe salaries came from salt? The word salary has a fascinating history that dates back to ancient Rome. It comes from the Latin term salarium, which is derived from sal, meaning salt. Back then, salt was more than just a seasoning. It was a precious commodity. It was essential for preserving food, particularly meat, and people would go to great lengths to obtain it. Interestingly, Roman soldiers were sometimes paid in salt, which was crucial for their survival. This practice highlights how valuable salt was in their society, even being referred to as white gold. If you earned your salt, it meant you had done your job well. This expression has stuck with us even today. So the next time you receive a paycheck, remember that salary has humble beginnings, linked to something as ordinary yet vital as salt. Isn't it amazing to think about how something we sprinkle on our food could be connected to the way people were paid thousands of years ago? Just imagine for a second, a sloth carrying a living garden. Sloths are so slow that algae, fungi, and even tiny insects take up residence in their fur, turning them into mobile rainforests. The algae not only provide camouflage, but may also offer nutrients absorbed through the skin. In return, the sloth's fur offers a moist, stable microclimate. Certain species of moths live only in sloth fur, laying their eggs in the sloth's dung. It's an ecosystem in miniature, a green cloak that hides the sloth from predators and supports a network of life. Biologists have found novel antibiotic-producing fungi in this furry habitat, organisms unknown anywhere else on Earth. So when you see a sloth, don't just think lazy, think life-giving. This slow, deliberate creature wears an entire biosphere on its back, blending biology and ecology in one of nature's most unexpected symbioses. Hard to believe, but Cleopatra was an Egyptian. Cleopatra VII, known as the last active ruler of ancient Egypt, holds a fascinating twist in her story. She was of Macedonian Greek descent. Her family, the Ptolemies, took over Egypt following Alexander the Great's conquests, and they never truly blended in with the local culture. In fact, Cleopatra was the first in her lineage to adopt the Egyptian language, which helped her connect with her subjects in a way her ancestors hadn't. This move was more than just a political strategy. It reflected her genuine desire to rule Egypt effectively. Imagine a queen who looked to her heritage while embracing the heart and soul of her people. She actively participated in Egyptian religious practices and presented herself as the reincarnation of the goddess Isis, which was a bold statement about her identity. Cleopatra's ability to navigate both her Greek roots and Egyptian culture made her a remarkable figure, a savvy politician and a powerful leader who understood the importance of cultural unity in her empire. Hard to believe, but New York has hidden subway gems. Beneath the bustling streets of New York City lies a fascinating secret: the City Hall subway station. Opened in 1904, this architectural beauty was once a busy stop on the IRT Lexington Avenue line, famous for its stunning arches and ornate tiles. However, after nearly 70 years of service, it was closed in 1945 due to the length of its platform, which couldn't accommodate the newer, longer trains. Despite its closure, City Hall Station has not been completely forgotten. On its 100-year anniversary in 2004, it briefly opened its doors for public tours, allowing lucky visitors to step back in time and appreciate its vintage charm. The station is a treasure trove of history, showcasing the city's rich transportation legacy. Today, it stands as a reminder of the subway system's evolution and the stories that lie just out of sight. So next time you ride the subway, you might want to remember that beneath your feet, there's a whole world of untold history waiting to be rediscovered. You won't believe how cars are changing. Imagine cruising down the road in a vehicle that doesn't have a steering wheel or pedals. Sounds like a scene from a sci-fi movie, right? Well, Mercedes-Benz is making that futuristic dream a reality with their new car controlled entirely by joysticks. This innovative design focuses on improving convenience and accessibility, allowing drivers to maneuver their vehicles using easy-to-use joysticks instead of traditional controls. This means not just a shift in how we drive, but also in how we think about driving itself. Equipped with advanced technology, these cars can handle navigation and safety, giving the driver more time to enjoy the ride. Additionally, this futuristic approach could open up a world of possibilities for those who find conventional driving challenging, like individuals with certain disabilities. So get ready. This is just the beginning of a revolution in personal transport, where driving might just become an experience of the future on our roads today. Did you know Zara started with just a single store? It's hard to believe that one of the world's largest fashion brands began its journey in 1975 with a humble shop in La Coruña, Spain. Founded by the visionary Amancio Ortega, Zara quickly transformed the way we think about fashion. Known for its fast fashion business model, Zara has mastered the art of getting the latest trends from the runway to the store in record time. This clever approach means that shoppers can find trendy clothing just weeks after it's been seen on the catwalk. Instead of waiting for seasons to change, Zara introduces new items continuously, keeping their inventory fresh and exciting. With hundreds of stores across the globe, Zara has not only tapped into the pulse of current fashion, but also influenced how other brands operate. But what does this mean for consumers? Well, it means you can always find something new to wear without breaking the bank. As we continue to embrace fashion's rapid evolution, Zara remains a key player in this world, boldly shaping our wardrobes and shopping habits. Let's uncover the truth about U.S. highways. The last new highway built in the United States was a 12.5-mile segment of Interstate 70, located in the stunning Glenwood Canyon, Colorado. This stretch was completed in October 1992 and marks a significant point in American infrastructure history. Since then, no major new highways have been constructed, which has sparked various discussions about road safety, traffic congestion, and environmental impacts. Interstate 70 in Glenwood Canyon is particularly notable not only for its engineering, but also for its breathtaking scenery as it winds through towering cliffs and alongside the Colorado River. In the years following the completion of this highway, focus has shifted from building new roads to maintaining existing ones and upgrading them for modern traffic needs. As communities grow and technology evolves, many wonder, will we ever see new highways arise again? In a country known for its sprawling road networks, the future of highway construction could shape how we travel, trade, and connect with each other. Did you know about Bryce Canyon's stunning hoodoos? This remarkable national park in Utah showcases a natural amphitheater filled with thousands of these intriguing rock formations. Hoodoos are tall, thin spires of rock that have been sculpted through millions of years of erosion, making each one unique. The park's vibrant colors range from deep red to soft pink, especially at sunrise and sunset when the light dances on the rocks. Many visitors trek along the scenic trails to get a closer look, with the Queen's Garden and Peekaboo Loop being popular choices for hikers. As the wind and water continue to shape these formations, the landscape keeps evolving, providing awe-inspiring views for generations to come. Science even tells us that the formations may collapse and change over time, adding an element of excitement for those who return to see them. Next time you think about national parks, remember Bryce Canyon and its unique hoodoos, standing tall against the test of time. What other wonders could nature hold? Prepare to be amazed by the power of belief. The placebo effect is a fascinating phenomenon where a person experiences real health benefits from a treatment that has no therapeutic value simply because they believe it will work. Imagine taking a sugar pill, but feeling better due to the belief that it will cure your headache or boost your mood. Studies show that when patients think they're receiving treatment, even when it's just a placebo, their brains can trigger real physiological changes. This connection between mind and body highlights just how powerful our thoughts can be. For instance, in clinical trials, many patients who received a placebo reported improvements in symptoms like pain or anxiety, proving that expectation can influence actual biological responses. This doesn't mean that placebos can replace actual medicine, but it emphasizes the importance of mental attitude and belief in healing. So next time you're under the weather, remember that sometimes believing in your recovery might be just as vital as the medicine you take. Chase the cheese. This event is pure madness. Every year in the quaint town of Gloucester, England, a truly wild spectacle unfolds that leaves spectators in stitches and participants with a few bruises. The Chase the Cheese event centers around a round of double Gloucester cheese that is sent rolling down a steep hill. Once the cheese takes off, competitors sprint after it, attempting to catch the runaway dairy delight. But don't be fooled. The cheese can reach speeds up to 70 miles per hour, making it almost impossible to catch. As eager participants tumble, roll, and slide down the hill, the sight is both chaotic and hilarious. The first person to cross the finish line at the bottom wins the cheese plus bragging rights for a whole year. This quirky tradition has been celebrated for over 200 years and has attracted both locals and adventurous travelers eager to join in the fun. If you're looking for a unique experience filled with laughter, cheese, and a bit of friendly competition, this event certainly takes the cake, or should we say cheese. Surprisingly, Oklahoma leads the U.S. in tornadoes. This state experiences the highest frequency of tornadoes per square mile, making it infamous as a main part of Tornado Alley. This region, which includes parts of Texas, Kansas, and Nebraska, witnesses more tornadoes than any other area in the country. With its unique geography, including flat plains and warm, moist air from the Gulf of Mexico colliding with cool air masses from the Rockies, Oklahoma creates the perfect storm conditions for these powerful weather events. These tornadoes can be fierce, spinning winds that can reach speeds of over 200 miles per hour. If you're a tornado watcher or a thrill seeker, Oklahoma is a hotspot for chasing storms, drawing enthusiasts from around the world who wish to safely experience these natural phenomena. To prepare for the potential danger, local residents have developed a strong community awareness, with many participating in safety drills and investing in storm shelters. So whether you're fascinated by meteorology or just enjoy the adrenaline rush, Oklahoma's tornado scene is one to watch. Here's what actually happens when you safari in Serengeti. Staying in the heart of the wild at luxurious lodges or campsites can turn your adventure into a dream come true. Imagine waking up to the sounds of nature, with the roar of lions and the calls of exotic birds surrounding you. The Serengeti is famous for its breathtaking landscapes and incredible wildlife, including the Big Five: lions, elephants, leopards, buffalo, and rhinos. Luxurious lodges are designed for comfort, featuring cozy beds and gourmet meals, all while offering stunning views of the savannah. For a more adventurous experience, you can choose to camp under the stars, where the night sky comes alive with twinkling constellations. Whether you're enjoying a guided game drive or experiencing the thrill of a walking safari, the Serengeti's vastness provides an unforgettable backdrop. Each moment is filled with excitement and wonder, making this a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Are you ready to explore this incredible destination? Can you believe Hawaiian pizza's real origin story? This popular favorite, which combines savory ham with sweet pineapple, actually hails from Canada, not the sunny shores of Hawaii, as many might assume. The creation of this unique dish is credited to Sam Panopoulos, a Greek immigrant who came to Canada in the 1950s. In 1962, Sam and his brothers opened a restaurant in Ontario where they sought to attract customers with something new and exciting. One day, they decided to toss some canned pineapple onto a pizza, and the combination was an instant hit. Sam's decision to blend tropical sweetness with the traditional pizza toppings revolutionized the pizza menu and flavors in North America. Surprisingly, despite its name, the pineapple pizza has little to do with Hawaiian culture and instead reflects the culinary creativity of immigrants bringing fresh ideas to a new land. Today, Hawaiian pizza sparks passionate debates among food lovers about whether pineapple belongs on pizza at all. But one thing is certain, it's a testament to how delicious ideas can cross borders. Could the Pringles can owe its shape to NASA? It might sound like snack aisle science fiction, but the iconic Pringles can was inspired by aerospace engineering. Inventor Frederick Bauer wasn't just creating a clever tube, he was applying principles from the world of spaceflight. The cylindrical foil-lined cardboard design was patented as a container for the safe transport of fragile articles, a concept rooted in technology used to shield sensitive equipment during rocket launches. Its airtight seal and even pressure distribution protected the delicate, uniform chips from crushing, just like similar designs protected circuit boards and lenses in zero gravity. In essence, the Pringles can is a low-orbit idea brought down to Earth, a practical intersection of high-tech materials and everyday convenience. From space probes to sour cream and onion, it's proof that packaging can be a story of innovation. Prepare to be amazed by ancient Stonehenge. This iconic prehistoric monument in England is one of the most remarkable structures built by our ancestors. Imagine a massive circle made up of huge stones, some weighing as much as 25 tons, standing tall for over 4,500 years. But why did people go through the effort of transporting these colossal rocks, some from as far away as Wales? Historians believe Stonehenge served multiple purposes, potentially as a ceremonial site, astronomical observatory, and even a burial ground. Its alignment with the sun creates spectacular sights during the solstices, suggesting it held great significance for the people who built it. While scientists have collected clues about its purpose, much remains a mystery, fueling endless fascination and theories. The true meaning behind Stonehenge is still debated, sparking curiosity among archaeologists, historians, and visitors alike. Today, it stands not just as a testament to human ingenuity, but as a powerful symbol of our connection to the past. So whether you're a history buff or simply looking for a remarkable site, Stonehenge is sure to leave you in awe. Ever wondered how huskies brave the cold? Siberian huskies are incredible dogs, specifically bred by the Chukchi tribe of Northeast Asia to thrive in icy environments. These furry companions are equipped with unique physical traits that make them masters of cold weather. Their thick double coat is designed to keep them warm even in harsh temperatures, while their bushy tails can be used to cover their noses when they sleep, providing extra warmth. This breed doesn't just survive in extreme cold, they actually excel at it. Huskies were trained to pull sleds over long distances, which required not only strength but also stamina. The Chukchi people relied on them for transportation and hunting, forming a close bond with these loyal dogs. What's even more fascinating is how well huskies adapt to various terrains, making them ideal for the rugged Arctic landscape. It's no wonder they're often seen in winter sports or as beloved family pets today, capturing hearts with their playful nature and striking appearance. With their history steeped in survival, these dogs are truly a testament to nature's ability to adapt. Ever wondered how many bacteria are on Earth? It's a staggering 5 million trillion. To put that in perspective, if you could somehow stack all these tiny microbes, they would stretch across 10 billion light years. That's a distance so vast it's hard to even grasp. Bacteria are the ultimate survivors, thriving in many conditions where other life forms would struggle. They can be found in the deepest oceans, the harshest deserts, and even inside your own body. In fact, they carry around trillions of bacteria in your gut, helping you digest food and keeping your immune system strong. These microorganisms play a crucial role in ecosystems, breaking down organic matter, cycling nutrients, and even influencing climate. Despite their tiny size, they have a massive impact on our planet and life as we know it. So next time you hear about bacteria, remember they're more than just germs. They're vital players in the story of life on Earth. Who would have thought Antarctica had speed limits? In 1991, the world's coldest, most remote continent saw an unlikely headline. First speeding ticket issued in Antarctica. A British tourist racing across the ice on a snowmobile at 40 km/h was stopped and fined under the Antarctic Treaty. Though it sounds absurd, the incident highlighted serious concerns. High speeds can crack the ice, disturb wildlife, and pose fatal risks in a land with no hospitals or roads. The treaty exists to protect Antarctica's delicate environment and ensure peaceful, scientific cooperation. Even in a land with no permanent residents, laws still matter. This speeding fine, though humorous, served as a warning that human presence must tread carefully, even where penguins outnumber people. Yes, even on the last continent, you can get busted for reckless driving. Did you know the Kuwaiti dinar reigns supreme? It's true, the Kuwaiti dinar is celebrated as the most valuable currency in the world, with one single dinar trading for around $330 USD. This high exchange rate is largely due to Kuwait's flourishing oil export industry. The country has one of the largest reserves of oil, which fuels its economy and ensures a steady influx of revenue. This wealth allows for a strong currency, making the dinar a powerhouse in the currency markets. Interestingly, Kuwait has carefully managed its financial policies to keep inflation low and its currency strong, which adds to its appeal. Unlike many currencies that fluctuate wildly due to economic downturns or political instability, the dinar tends to hold its value well. What's more, this currency's strength means that if you hold Kuwaiti dinars, you have a purchasing power that stretches impressively beyond many other currencies in the world. So whether you're planning a trip or simply curious about global finance, the remarkable status of the Kuwaiti dinar is definitely something to ponder. Unbelievable fish facts, gender changers in action. Some species of fish, like the fascinating clownfish, can actually change their gender during their lifetime. Isn't that something? This unique ability is all about their social structure. In a group of clownfish, you'll often find one dominant female, the big boss of the bunch. But if she were to leave or die, the largest male would then transform into a female to take her place. This change isn't just a simple switch. It involves physiological changes that help them adapt and thrive in their environment. Such transformations are crucial for maintaining the social dynamics and breeding success of their group. Similar gender-changing behavior can be seen in other fish like groupers and wrasses, showcasing the incredible adaptability of ocean life. Imagine the scene. A clownfish that used to hang out in the shadow of its female counterpart suddenly finds itself in a new role. This remarkable flexibility in gender identity helps ensure stability and continuity among their aquatic communities, making fish life in the ocean even more astounding. Curious about unexpected ways mapping services work? It's fascinating to think about how our maps get updated, especially when you consider the hard-to-reach places. Have you ever noticed that some areas just can't be accessed by car? In these cases, mapping services have a creative solution. They send people out with specialized backpacks fitted with cameras. These folks, known as mapping explorers, hike through trails, parks, and even urban environments that cars can't reach. As they walk, their cameras snap thousands of images that are stitched together to create detailed 3D maps. This method ensures that every winding path and hidden corner is captured accurately, making it easier for people to navigate. The process isn't just about getting from point A to point B, it's about discovering the routes that offer breathtaking views or lead to secret spots. So next time you use a navigation app, remember the footsteps of these explorers making the world a little clearer, one photo at a time. Prepare to be amazed by painkiller pricing. You might think that branded painkillers work better than their generic cousins, but there's a surprising twist. They're actually chemically identical. That's right. The aspirin, ibuprofen, or acetaminophen you find in a generic bottle is the same as what you get from a name brand. The only real differences lie in the label, marketing, and of course, the price. Have you ever noticed that a well-known brand can cost you significantly more? This is largely due to extensive advertising and packaging, which leads many people to assume that they're getting a higher quality product. However, studies show that both types of medications meet the same rigorous safety and effectiveness standards set by health authorities. So when you reach for that bottle on the shelf, you don't have to feel guilty about saving a few bucks with the generic option. In the end, whether you choose Tylenol, Advil, or their generic versions, you're getting the same pain relief. Now, isn't that a good reason to check those labels next time? Believe it or not, coughing can ease shot pain. Imagine you're sitting in a doctor's office ready for a vaccination, and the needle's about to make its move. You might feel some anxiety, but here's a surprising twist. Research shows that coughing just before or while getting the shot can actually help reduce the pain. When you cough, it creates a brief spike in pressure in your chest, which can help distract your brain from the discomfort of the needle prick. This is because your body feels a mix of sensations, and the brain focuses on the sudden cough rather than the sharp pain of the vaccine. It might sound silly, but a little cough could make your vaccination experience smoother. So next time you're preparing for a shot, consider a little cough just as the needle is going in. Not only does it help minimize the pain, but it also gives you something to focus on other than the needle. Just remember to follow any health guidelines during the visit. Who knew that a simple cough could take the sting out of a shot? Have you ever wondered how much pizza Americans eat? Each day, folks in the United States chow down on about 100 acres of pizza. That's a massive amount of dough, sauce, and toppings, enough to fill numerous backyards with delicious slices. But pizza is just part of the picture. Americans also devour around 20 billion hot dogs and 50 billion hamburgers every year. This staggering consumption highlights not just our love for these classic foods, but also the deep-seated traditions surrounding them, especially during BBQs, sporting events, and family gatherings. From the crispy crusts of New York-style pizza to the comforting cheeseburgers served at cookouts, these meals unite us. In fact, pizza alone has become a staple that fits any occasion, whether it's a casual movie night or a big party. As you take a bite out of your favorite slice or grill up some hot dogs, you're part of this delicious trend that shows no signs of slowing down. What might this mean for our culture and food industry as we continue to celebrate these iconic meals? Can you believe red bell peppers pack more vitamin C? It's true. In fact, red bell peppers have nearly 3 times the amount of vitamin C compared to oranges, making them a superstar in the nutrition world. While we often reach for oranges when we think of vitamin C, which is great for immune health and skin, we might be missing out on the colorful crunch of red bell peppers. Just one medium-sized red bell pepper can deliver about 152 milligrams of vitamin C, while a medium orange has only around 70 milligrams. This vibrant vegetable not only helps boost your immunity, but is also loaded with antioxidants, which are important for overall health. Plus, they are versatile and delicious. Whether you're tossing them in a salad, roasting them, or munching on them raw with a dip, they add great flavor and color to any meal. So next time you're at the grocery store, consider grabbing some red bell peppers. They're not just eye-catching, they're nutritional powerhouses bursting with benefits.